Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kim. I am a knitter and a reader, and today is the very last day of Vlogmas. So welcome to Vlogmas at day 25. If you celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you don't celebrate Christmas, Happy Holidays. And for those who are struggling during this holiday time, I'm sending big hugs to you, and maybe this video will make you smile. So every day for Vlogmas, I am reading and reviewing a short story from the Hingston and Olsen Advent Calendar, as well as I am knitting Stephen West's blanket from his hybrid knitting collection, and I'm using the yarn from Polka Crete's Advent Calendar and unveiling a mini skein every day. So let's get to the unveiling and find out what I will be reading and knitting today. So the cover design for day 25 is a little bit different. It's done in green and white instead of the traditional green and orange. So that's a really nice treat. And today's short story is called So Much Heart by Drew Buxton, who I haven't heard of, which I'm all for. He is a writer and social worker from Texas. His debut short story collection, So Much Heart, is available now from With an X Books. His work has been featured in Joyland, The Drift, Electric Guitar, Ninth Letter, and Vice, among other publications. This was written in 2023, and it is from his short story collection. So I can't wait to get to a new to me writer. And for today's Advent calendar, it is very aptly done in a beautiful shade of red. And it says, Merry Christmas, day 25. And they package things really well. So it looks like this is a lovely dark green. Green is one of my favorite colors. And it is called Hunter Green. So I can't wait to wind this and get knitting with it. And it matches with this so nicely. So I am going to get reading and knitting, and I'll report back to you when I've made some progress. So this is a Christmas tale on Christmas morning, which I really appreciate. So it's told in the first person from the perspective of a young boy named Colin who's in 4th grade, and it's told in short sections. Now it opens up with Colin and his mom having a conversation about a guy who hijacked a plane and then jumped out. Now at this point, Christmas is 2 weeks away. It's very clear that they live in poverty and the mother is not the healthiest of people. They live in a rural area, and Colin goes over to his friend's Shelley's, whose house is very different, whose mom is very different, and they are trying to get pictures of a Sasquatch, which they believe is roaming their area. Now, as the story goes on, instead of discovering the Sasquatch, they discover a dead body and a suitcase full of money. Now, while they try to figure out what they're going to do, they go back to their respective houses, and it's quite clear that Colin's mother is an alcoholic and doesn't care very much for him, or is unable to care very much for him, which is quite sad. And then the narrator, Colin, goes back to Shelley's for a sleepover, and the kids formulate a plan as to what to do. Now, I'm going to stop there because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but I felt that the contrast between Shelley's home life and her mother and Colin's home life and his mother was too obvious. It seemed like they were just giving opposites for opposite sakes. However, I did like the ending. And I suppose my only criticism for day 25's choice is that I liked yesterday's choice, The Burglar's Christmas by Willa Cather, better, and I would have preferred to end up on that note, but still a really good story. And I thought I would highlight some of my favorite stories and the new to me authors from this Advent calendar, which has been a complete joy, just like 2022 Advent calendar was. I have so much fun with this, and I really think it is so well put together. So from some of my favorite stories was from day 2, and it was called The Virgin Oyster by Jessica Anthony, and it's about a young boy working in a sex bar where women take showers, and it's being turned into a TV series. So I can't wait to watch that, and because one of my criticisms of that story was I wanted there to be more character development, and I'm sure the TV series will do that. I also really enjoyed on day 7 Stigmata by Thomas King, who is not a new to me author. He's an Indigenous Canadian, or he's an Indigenous person living in Canada, and his work isn't new to me, but he's always been on my list, but I haven't read his fiction and nonfiction yet, so I'm going to make a point in 2024 to rectifying that. Another one of the top stories was from day 9, and it was Cosmic Cul-de-sac by Jade Song, and I have to say this is one of my favorites. I keep revisiting this. I have ordered her book Chlorine, which just came out, so I'm really looking forward to reading more of her. And then on day 15, and this is my last choice for the top ones, was My Friend Goo by Deb Olin Unferth, and I adored this. Probably if I had to pick, I would put this and Cosmic Cul-de-sac in tie for first place. Oh, actually, there was another one. There was The Kit Bag by Algernon, which I really liked, which is over 100 years old, but it was just such a fantastic ghost story. So for Deb Olin Unferth, I have ordered all the books I could get a hold of, but there's 2 I couldn't, and I got a hold of the graphic novel by her as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to discovering these new to me authors. And as for knitting, I will insert my progress right here. As you can see, I've started in on the 4 stripe, and I am going to continue knitting. And as this blanket progresses, I will update you in the upcoming vlogs. Blankets are a big project. This is only a DK weight yarn, and they're pretty much the equivalent of knitting 2 or 3 sweaters when it really comes down to it. So I'm going to keep knitting and enjoying all the color play and seeing how this goes. So thank you for joining me, and if you've watched every one of the videos or most of the videos, I really, really appreciate it. Would you like to see knitting and reading separated into different videos? Are you okay with me combining them together? And the next video that will be coming out will be the best books of 2023. And let me tell you, it's a very hard list to make. So please like and subscribe, and I've included to link it in Patreon if you wanted to put a tip in the tip jar. And I will leave you with some video clips of life on the lake on Christmas morning. So thanks again for joining me. I hope to see you soon. Take care. Bye.
Mm.